So my brother is an interesting person, I guess. Like he sags his pants, he wears like whatever, but he knows everybody around my block. And I guess it was because my father used to work for the city of White Plains. He knew everyone that lived around me. And as I grew up, whatever, me and my brother were walking down the street one day, and his pants were saggy, and he was like wearing beads or something. And a police officer in a car passes by, and he's like, "Oh, excuse me, sir, can you stop for a second?" And we were like, "What?" So he comes out the car, and he like starts patting him down, and my brother's like, "Yo, get off of me, blah, blah, blah." And then the cop was like, "No, I'm gonna stop you. I have a reason to stop you." And I was like, "Wait, what's your reason?" And then he like ignored me, I think. And then he went back and he like tried to put my brother like in the back and like slammed him against the car. And my brother like started cursing up a storm. And he wrote on my brother for disorderly conduct and proceeded to put him in jail. So I was calling my mom because I think I had to be like 15. And my mom, I called her and she was like freaking out. She was like, "What happened?" So then it's funny because it happened right outside of a block that's primarily Spanish people, and my aunt was happening to living in one of the buildings. So my cousins came down and like we were all like arguing with them. So then they like slam us against like the bushes and stuff. And my mom comes, and the police officer, a lot of people know my mom because a lot of my friends here, she's really little. So she's smaller than me, and she's like 85 pounds. So they proceed to push her, and like my mom's like shouting stuff in Spanish, a Spanish little angry woman, and they're like blacking on her, and they're like pulling her and stuff, and they proceed to go, "Man, you have no reason to be here." My mom's like cursing at them in Spanish. Her English wasn't up there yet, but they were yelling at her and stuff, and my mom was petrified. So as we got home and later went to like the precinct, my brother was shouting through the bars like, "Who do you call when the police are murderers? Like, what do you do?" So then I proceeded to speak to my mom and calm her down. And like it baffles me because where I'm from and like the high school that I go to, there are police officers in every hallway, by the lockers, like anywhere they are. And I look at them, and when I was growing up, I used to be like, I want to be a cop so bad. But then cops where I'm from, and I'm sure where everyone here's from, they have a bad reputation. So in reality, who do you call when you're in trouble? Because I'm pretty sure me being Spanish and living in a Spanish neighborhood, when I'm huddled up with my friends who are primarily Latinas, like we get looked at, or like they just look at us in a funny way. So when all this was coming up, my mom is a teacher in elementary school, and I was like, "Oh, like what are they doing back at home?" And she told me all these protests and stuff. I was baffled to know that like in Cortland, nothing was really